At the dawn of time, where the line between myth and reality blurs, humanity stands at the first turning point of its consciousness. After Adam's descent to earth and the death of his righteous son Seth, the world entered a phase of intellectual and spiritual stagnation. There, in ancient Babylon, humans wore animal skins and spoke disparate languages, immersed in the onset of a silent paganism that had begun to creep into their souls. Yet, one man was on the verge of changing the course of human history forever. He is not merely a prophet. He was the first civilizational reformer, the first to write with a pen, and the first to gaze at the stars and read the movements of the heavens. In Islamic tradition, he is known as Idris, while in ancient civilizations, his name echoes as a mysterious figure who changed the face of the world. So what is the full story? Allah, the Most High, says in the Holy Quran,
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واذكر في الكتاب إدريس إنه كان صديقا نبيا ورفعناه مكانا عليا أولئك الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين من ذرية آدم وممن حملنا مع نوح ومن ذرية إبراهيم وإسرائيل وممن هدينا واجتبينا إذا تتلى عليهم آيات الرحمن خروا سجدا وبكيا.
He is Idris, known in genealogical texts as Enoch or Knuk. Yared, son of Mahalalel, son of Kenan, son of Enoch, son of Seth, son of Adam. His lineage connects directly to the father of humanity. He was born in the land of Babylon, the oldest cultural center of the ancient world. For this prophet was granted scrolls from heaven, 3 scrolls in total, which he pondered deeply and conveyed to the people without ever tiring or growing weary. In his time, corruption had begun to spread across the land, specifically among the lineage of Cain, who inhabited the plains and engaged in societies that were drifting away from the law of monotheism. Prophets bring miracles involving the unseen, yet Idris, peace be upon him, brought miracles that transformed human understanding of human life. Historians such as Ibn Ishaq and Al-Qurtubi indicate that Idris was the first to write with a pen. Before his time, knowledge was oral. It dies with the death of its creator. Yet by introducing the pen and the use of color, Idris laid the cornerstone of written human memory. And it didn't stop at writing. Before him, humans wore unsewn animal skins, so he was the first to sew clothes. Where he invented the art of sewing and taught people how to weave wool and linen, and to make garments that cover the body and protect it from the vagaries of the weather. Early historical accounts indicate that he laid the foundations of the science of urban planning. He divided the land, planned small cities for his people to organize housing, taught them arithmetic, and tracked the movements of stars and planets, thereby laying the cornerstone of a rudimentary astronomy focused on the timing of planting and harvesting. Idris's call was not a bed of roses. When he began to command his people to be just, to pray, to fast, and to fight the evils introduced by the Kabul dynasty. He encountered fierce resistance and arrogance from the tyrants of Babylon. At this juncture, Idris made a momentous decision that altered the geopolitical landscape of the world. Idris gathered those who believed in him, and they set out westward. Historical accounts tell us that his followers feared leaving behind their fertile land in Babylon. They said to him, "Where shall we find the likes of Babylon if we leave it?" He replied, "If we emigrate for the sake of God, he will provide us with something better." When they entered the land of Egypt And the prophet of God saw the river Nile flowing majestically through the valley. He stood in awe and glorified God. Idris settled in Egypt and established a new society, there in which he implemented Sharia. He also taught the people of Egypt organized agriculture aligned with the Nile cycles, as well as the planning of canals and waterways, transforming the country during his reign into a parallel beacon of faith and knowledge. Yet, the most intriguing and mysterious chapter in the life of Idris, peace be upon him, is the conclusion of his earthly journey, a mystery immortalized by the Holy Quran in Surah Maryam through a verse that has stirred the minds of commentators across the ages, and we raised him to a high station. What, then, does this high station signify? In works of exegesis, particularly those narrating accounts from Hillel ibn Yasar via Ibn Jarir al-Tabari and Ibn Kathir, it is recorded that Ibn Abbas asked Kabi al-Abr about this verse. Kabi replied, God revealed to Idris, I shall raise up for you, each day, the equivalent of the deeds of all the children of Adam, meaning, in terms of reward. Idris desired to increase his deeds, so he befriended one of the angels. He said to him, God has revealed such and such to me. So speak to the angel of death that I might increase my good deeds. The angel carried him between his wings and ascended with him to the heavens. When they reached the fourth heaven, he encountered the angel of death, who was descending to earth. The angel said to the angel of death, Idris wishes for his life to be extended so that he may perform good deeds. The angel of death asked, And where is Idris? He said, Here he is upon my back. The angel of death marveled and exclaimed, Glory be to Allah. I was amazed by a matter I was commanded to carry out. I was ordered to take the soul of Idris in the fourth heaven. I kept wondering, how can I take his soul in the fourth heaven when he is on earth? Yet I took his soul there. A scholarly note. Commentators have differed on this matter. Some hold the view that the raising referred to an elevation in status, honor, and prophethood. Others maintain that it was a literal physical and spiritual ascension to the fourth heaven, where his soul was taken, a fact confirmed during the night journey and ascension, Isra and Miraj, when the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, met him in the fourth heaven and greeted him, and Idris replied, Welcome, O righteous brother and righteous prophet. Idris, peace be upon him, departed from the earth, leaving behind an educated nation, a people who could read and write, sow and farm, and worship the one and only God. He left behind the pen with which humanity continues to write its history to this very day. Idris was the bridge across which humanity crossed from primitivism to civilization, from ignorance to knowledge, and from aimless wandering to the worship of the one God. It is a story that tells us knowledge and faith are inseparable twins, and that true greatness lies in the legacy one leaves behind, in knowledge and righteous deeds.